Got to get to some other breaking news this morning from New York City. A judge has dismissed multiple state terrorism counts against Luigi Mangione, the man charged in that fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO in Manhattan last December. Mangione will still face the second-degree murder charge. This was Mangione's first time back in court in months. And you can take a look at the crowd of Mangione's supporters gathering outside the courthouse this morning. NBC's Stephanie Gosk was inside that hearing and has some more details for us. Stephanie?
Hey there, Anna. So this amounts to a big win for Luigi Mangione and his defense team. What was supposed to be just an uneventful hearing in the state case against him has now turned into big news. 2 of the murder charges against him have been dropped. These are the charges connected to terrorism. The judge saying in his decision today that there was insufficient evidence to bring those charges against Luigi Mangione. In his decision, he wrote that the prosecutors did not demonstrate that there was an intent to coerce and intimidate a population, which is what is needed according to the terrorism statute here in the state of New York. That even though this crime apparently was committed for ideological reasons, allegedly, it did not do that extra step when it comes to terrorism. Now, he still faces a charge of second-degree murder in this case, another 9 charges. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges. Also important to point out, though, that there is a federal case against him as well. And in that case, he faces a murder charge that could bring the death penalty if he is convicted. These are 2 separate cases. We don't yet have trial dates for either one of them. The next hearing in state court is December 1st. Anna.
Stephanie Gosk, thank you. Please keep us posted. Let's bring in defense attorney and MSNBC legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, your reaction to this development?
I have to say, this was an issue months ago that this was probably a case of overcharging from the start. You'll recall that initially Mangione was charged with second-degree murder, which in New York is the general murder statute. New York has a murder statute, and then there are these enumerated aggravating factors that you can bump it up to first degree. But you can look at the statute, and you can see that none of them applied. For example, was it a mass shooting of multiple people? But if you go all the way to the bottom of the statute, one of the options is terrorism. And it seems to me that the DA's office was probably feeling the heat, and people were asking, well, this is such a heinous murder, why only second degree? So then afterwards, they make it first degree based on this terrorism charge. But New York law has long held that the mere fact that a firearm is used and that firearms cause fear, that is not terror. Not all firearms offenses are terrorism offenses. Mangione's defense team seized on this early. My only surprise is that the DA's office was willing to dismiss it this early in the case before trial. I might have expected they would have held on to it for a little longer, as long as they could, but it looks like the court stepped in, and so the DA's office cannot bring these terror charges.
So how big of a win is this then for Mangione's defense?
I mean, on the one hand, it's a big deal because it's no longer first degree, but if you take a step back and look at the pending charges against him, both in federal court and in New York State court, and then even in Pennsylvania State court, the Mangione defense team has a lot to contend with. But when you're in the criminal defense business, even minor victories are victories.
Okay, Danny Cevallos, appreciate it. Thank you so much.